Today we're going to be ranking subtle ways women manipulate you. Most guys ignore a lot of these, especially the last one we'll talk about, so watch to the end. Let's get straight into it. Gaslighting. So listen, gaslighting is when some woman is trying to make you almost question your own reality, right? She's trying to shift it all onto you, pretty much trying to make you think you're not seeing what you just saw. She just got pounding in this damn bed, and now she's convincing you he's not even there, and he's sitting there like this. Honestly, you got to be careful when you deal with women, because some people are actually good gaslighters. They will really make you believe that you're crazy, especially if there's like a social dynamic, counseling, or you go to therapy. It can get bad. I would put this at about A tier. When it comes to overcoming being gaslit, it's honestly just standing firm in what you know, right? Because if that other person can't take accountability, that's an individual that you shouldn't even be dealing with. That's a woman you shouldn't even have in your life. She's literally in a position where she's making you question your own reality, your own sanity at that point. So yeah, man, you gotta be careful. Next up, pulling away. This usually happens when, you do something that she doesn't like. So what does she do? She pulls away. What do most men do? They're gonna go ahead and lean in, right? She leans out, they lean in. They're trying to invest more, right? And usually, this how the dynamic goes. When they come in, when she keeps pulling out, she's gone. Now they're like, oh, you know what I mean? Now they chasing her. They're chasing after this woman. And then guess what she does? Oh, she gets hot again. Oh, they're like, oh, she's back. She gone. Oh, chasing. Right? So that's what pulling away looks like. And a lot of women do this for one, they're low interest, right? They're low interest. They're only using you for attention, using you for money, using you for your time, your energy, whatever the case. You're the TV guy putting up the TVs. I would put this at B tier. When it comes to overcoming this one, it's just understanding, hey, if she goes out, stay where you at. Right? You don't have to keep chasing. No, just don't chase and you will be okay. Next up, puts you in the friend zone. Listen, a lot of guys right now are in the friend zone and I don't see how, right? Yeah, honestly, I don't see how, because this doesn't exist if you just don't accept it, right? So the fact that people are accepting this fucking friend zone is actually baffling to me, right? But usually, why do women do this, right? Why are women putting men in the friend zone? I'll tell you why they're putting you in the friend zone. Well, they get to get all the benefits as if you were their man, were their boyfriend, were their significant other. However, they just don't have to carry out the role of actually being your woman, right? They're not trying to add that much value to your life. They're not trying to invest as much into you. So you're most likely the one, you're paying for the dates, you're doing all these things, you're going out of your way for her, and she's giving you the bare minimum. She's giving you, I'm a fun time, I'm your friend. You can tell me, and I don't want to fucking talk to you. Hell wrong with you? Like, so honestly, this is low-key a bad manipulation tactic. I don't see how. You just don't accept it. So I'm going to put this at C tier. D tier, fuck you talking about. D tier. Next up, withholding intimacy. Oh man, I'll tell you, I got a few women who tried this. My ex, she liked to withhold intimacy, right? On a few occasions, just to kind of get her way, right? So I'd see this, and it at first, because I wasn't gamed up like I am now, so I would be kind of confused. Like, is something wrong? Did I do something wrong? They're withholding this intimacy because they're trying to make you crave it. So this only is a problem if you're putting their pussy on a pedestal. If you are putting the sex too far up here, right? When a woman feels like, you value sex the most, right? Guess what she's gonna do? She's gonna use it like leverage. She's gonna use it as leverage in trying to get you to do something. So when you don't do something, when you're not doing something she likes, she's gonna withhold it. This can definitely affect somebody if you're in a long-term relationship. When it's short-term, it's like, oh, you know what I mean? But if you're in a long-term relationship and you guys are committed, you're just you and her, right? This can definitely be manipulative. I'll be honest. This is low-key S tier. How do you actually overcome this? It's all about not putting the intimacy so far up on a pedestal, right? You should never be in this position where you're damn near fighting to get someone's time, effort, and energy, right? If you're dealing with someone like that, you shouldn't be dealing with them because that person is not in alignment. And it's because they don't understand the assignment. That's gonna lead me to the next one. Making you jealous. Women do this to see a reaction from you. They're trying to see something here. They're trying to see, okay, how much does this guy really like me? Does he really care? Is he, really into me? Is he worried about other guys? Is he insecure in himself? Because if you're a secure man, when she tries to make you jealous, you're just sitting there laughing at her because she's really disqualifying herself from you taking her seriously, right? She tries to go talk to this other guy to make you jealous and make you feel some type of way. That's just going to make you not really like her as much because you're just like, oh, short-term fun. You always have to be in that abundance mindset. And a lot of these things, it comes from loving yourself. You're going to overcome a lot of these things and not get manipulated if you love yourself enough and don't be blind. Don't ignore the red flags. But make you jealous, I'm going to say, man, this D tier. What the hell? Trying to make me jealous. Hell out of here, man. What are we doing? Next up, tries to emasculate you. I had this one woman. She was a 30-year-old woman, right? She was a 30-year-old woman. I was dealing with her. This woman will always try to little boy me, right? She always, you're a little boy, you're not ready for me. It'd be sometimes it'd be flirtatious, but then it'd be times when she was actually testing my manhood. Like, you're a little boy, so we're gonna do this, and you're gonna do what I say. I'm like, hey, watch your fucking mouth. You're not talking to me like that. You're not gonna come in here and tell me what I'm going to do and if I'm going to do this. Talking about, we're gonna go on this trip. We're gonna go here. I didn't say I was going to go on any trip with you. I didn't say I was gonna do anything. Oh yeah, so when you gonna buy me a car? When are you gonna buy yourself a car? You're 30. No funds? There's something wrong with the money? Honey? Fuck are you talking about? Overcoming this, you have to be the man who doesn't allow disrespect and doesn't allow that. Once the dynamic is set as you being the one who's letting her walk over you, she's the one that wears the pants, it's gonna be bad for you, right? So, honestly, I would put this at about A tier, man. This is a powerful one, because there are little things too. It starts off so small with the little comments, the things that you let slide. That's why you have to be comfortable checking shit. You can't be scared of confrontation, right? Because if that woman knows you're scared of confrontation, she'll use that against you, right? You have to be a secure man. You have to set boundaries, and you can never let anybody cross them just because they're fine. Baby, that's not worth my time. Listen, if you're a high earning man who wants to fix your dating life, whether it's approaching attractive women fearlessly, landing more dates, or building unshakable confidence, I created my CEO Dating Starter Kit to diagnose your situation and help you become the type of man you really want. I've helped a ton of guys and would definitely love for you to be one of them. Just click the first link in the description down below and you'll be able to fix your dating life. Let's move on to the next one. Projection. Listen, a lot of women will try to project onto you. For example, let's say you're dealing with a woman and she tells you, she keep nagging, like, oh yeah, you probably doing this, you probably talking to this woman, you probably out here doing this, you probably just, she keeps on trying to put these negative identities onto you. Why is that? Well, it's usually because she's projecting. Because she probably feels guilty, and the only way that she'll feel better is if she throws that onto you. Now you're the one who did it. Whole time, she tell you, you talking to all these women, you doing this, you probably being unfaithful, you doing all these different things, and she's out here being a damn slut. She's being a whore. Out here just, I'm telling you, I had this woman in her 30s. She told me, hey, the way that I, as a woman, heal is by finding another man to sleep under. I'm like, what? I said, hold on, restate that. She said, yeah, so, if I feel like I'm heartbroken or, something bad happened to me, I'm just gonna go ahead and, find another man to sleep under so it'll make me feel better. I said, you're a whore. I said that word, I swear. You're a whore. You're just a hoe. No, it's not that you're trying to heal, you're just a hoe. That's all it is, and hey, Don't shoot the messenger. You said it to me. You just told me that you were too fucking immature to deal with your shit, so you're gonna go over here and just find someone else you could fuck on instead of being alone and dealing with your mental baggage. Honestly, when it comes to projection, man, this is like a high level one. I say B. Right, I'll put that at B tier. Because when it comes to projection, man, women, the only time, they'll manipulate you with this is if you are weak-minded. So you can be a weak-minded man. Don't let her project on you. When women are trying to project, trying to gaslight, that's usually because they don't know how to take accountability. So they gotta lie, they gotta come up with all these lies. They don't wanna face the consequences of their actions, but you as a man have to ensure that you're not weak-minded enough to let this shit slide. And that, my friend, is gonna lead us to the next. Creating drama. Listen, women who dead ass, I'm so serious. Women who dead ass create drama just to feel something or try to get their way. A situation, was one of my exes. This woman, she was playing this game of truth or dare. Pretty much a situation happened where it was a dare for this guy to grab her ass. And I guess it happened. And there was all this drama, people calling me, your girl, she's going, this is going on. She's, telling me, and I'm like, first of all, why are you even putting yourself in this predicament? You're creating drama. And at the time, I was a bit younger and immature, so now I'm thinking, I gotta fight this guy. You touching on my girl, you doing this. Who do you think he is? But then, one of my older brothers told me, hey, that woman just showed you she likes chaos. If that woman is easy enough to go participate in a game of truth or dare, with all these other people, with other men, doing all of these promiscuous activities, why is that a woman you're dealing with? It changed my paradigm. I said, and at that time, I'll be real with you. I got detached and I kind of just used it for sex at that point. That's what I was thinking. Like, yeah, she's just, I think I broke up with her. You know how it is. You break up with somebody, but y'all still on and off. So it was kind of short-term fun, sex, a bit of experiences. I was genuinely fucking with her, but it was just like, hey, you showed me who you were. So when it comes to creating drama, man, I definitely put this at A tier, right? It could be some drama to the point where they're literally planting the seeds for this shit to grow over time. Some women literally just want to watch the world burn. So if you're dealing with a woman who's always creating drama, or even putting you in situations where you're probably in a life or death type of, vibe, you don't want to be dealing with that woman. Set that boundary. Hey, I am at peace. I do not allow this in my household. Because if you allow that in your household as a man, it's going to fuck up your plans. It's going to fuck up the ambitions, the goals, the things that you have set out for your life because you're allowing poison to come in. That's going to lead me to the next one. Apology fishing. Some women have this thing where they just want you to feel sorry for them. I don't get it. Like, first of all, why are you sitting here bringing all of this misery? Like, you're always saying, I'm going through this, this, that, and the third. It's almost as if you're just praying for someone to feel bad for you. Oh, I'm so sorry that happened to you. It's just for attention. They just want fucking attention, man. Man, I tell you, it was just one woman I met. And she was like, oh yeah, I'm just going through this, I got some things going on, and it's just been a hard time. I was like, I'm sorry to hear that, I hope you get better. Like, yeah, a few dollars would definitely help me get back on my feet and really just, get to where I need to be, I said, no, I hear you, and I hope you make it happen. Because as a woman, you need to get out there and get it cracking. The fuck is you talking about? I'm not shitting you, no, buddy. Hey, I'm trying to tell you, don't fall for this shit, man. Especially if she's not adding any value to your life, man. Come on now, man. That's just like, come on now. Trying to make me feel sorry for your situation. Oh, I got all this going on. I'm just in a bad situation. But hopefully some money will help me get to a better destination. Get the fuck out of here, man. Beats here, man. What the hell are you talking about? Trying to make me feel sorry for you. You need to feel sorry for even coming up with that bullshit ass way of manipulating people. And next up, makeup. Oh my Lord, I'm gonna be real with you. You need to be careful as a man out here because there are some motherfuckers who are out here. Bam, let me show you something. Makeup before and after. I'm telling you, look at this. That's crazy. That is look at this. This is some high level manipulation. I'm telling you, Don't fall for this. That's crazy. You gotta pay attention to the cake faces. Don't be fooled by the cake faces. Don't be fooled. Look at all of them. If a woman is using way too much makeup, you can't tell the difference between her when she wakes up and her with that makeup. You're dealing with something we call a caker. You're dealing with a fucking caker. Better yet, a baker. You know what I'm saying? She gotta reconstruct her face. Hold on, I gotta put my face on. Hey, listen, it's scary out here, so you gotta be careful. You really have to see what a woman is like. You know, without all that makeup. I'm putting that A tier because they do it so well. So I'm telling you, they so cold with it. You gotta be careful, man. That's gonna lead me to the next thing though. The God-fearing woman act. Oh, this is going to ruffle some feathers. When it comes to God-fearing women, there are a lot of them that aren't God-fearing, or they try to use God as an excuse to justify their promiscuous and bullshit ways of living. I had a woman. She told me she was a God-fearing woman. She said, I'm a God-fearing woman. She sung in the church. She did choir. She did all of that. But guess what? She was still a damn whore. He was still a whore. How did I find out? It was the way she was moving. She was too easy. Not just with me, but it was just her dynamic, right? How she was moving. I'm like, wow, the conversations we were having. One dude, you know, going to the next and had him in rotation. And, you know, she's just kind of popping and talking like, you know, this is an accomplishment. I'm like, baby, you're a pass around. You're a church pass around. Don't let what she says warp your reality. You need to pay attention to her actions and the things she's doing. You know, that God-fearing talk, you know, her being, you know, holy, the Bible, Proverbs 31, all the Bible verses in their IG bios. You can cut that shit out. You know, I want to see that action. What are you really doing on a day-to-day basis? And that's going to really let you know. I'm telling you. So I'm going to put this at, oh man. Ooh, I don't even, man. Who I want to put this at? I will put it, it ain't really S tier. It ain't that crazy. I'm going to put it about like B tier. It's about B tier. All right, playing the victim. That's pretty much the same thing as apology fishing. So I'm going to put that D tier. That's pretty much the same thing. They playing the victim. Like, come on now. Like, we both know what you did. You know, shut the fuck up. You know what you did. You know, own up to your shit. If you don't, hey, that's on you. But I'm going to make a deal with a deal. Leading you on S tier. Some women are literally made on the face of this planet to lead you on. And I'm telling you, it's scary. It gets so fucking scary. Because you could be really dealing with a woman. You think everything's going smooth. You think everything's going right. But that woman could be plotting on you. She could be plotting on you. Just there to get what you have, the things, you know, that you've built, your resources. I mean, look at these guys who are in these marriages, man. These women, you know, they get with them. Their goal was to just have as many kids as possible because every kid is 18 years of them being locked into that contract, child support. And then they get in marriages. You don't sign a prenup. She'll take everything. Man, I remember this one guy, he was telling me, man, she took everything from me. You know, I did everything for her. I had kids with her. I did this extravagant, romantic trip with her. He was crying his eyes out to me damn near, just telling me how much he did for this woman. One day, she just woke up and said, fuck you. And everything changed. I'm telling you, this is real. You could be with a woman for 50 years. And on that 51st year, she can wake up and say, hey, fuck you. Be careful, man. You gotta be able to, man, you have to vet a person out. And that's gonna lead me to the next thing. Lying about what they want. Women will say one thing and want the complete other, right? So with this one, I'm gonna put this, I'll say B tier. And the only reason I say B tier is because a woman will say one thing and you will think it means that, but you have to pay attention to a person's actions. You know, you have to really be able to be emotionally intelligent because women aren't like men. You know, men are more logical creatures, but women, they go off their emotions, right? So they can say one thing, but they can mean the complete opposite, right? And you have to be able to read that from their body language, the things they're doing, how they're conducting themselves, you know, what have their past habits been looking like. You have to be able to read these things because if you don't, I'm telling you, it's going to be bad. You know, women will say, I want the nice guy. I want this guy to do this for me. You know, he needs to do this, you know, provider. But really, what do most women do? They say, fuck the nice guy. They're with the bad boy. So, you know, you have to pay attention. Don't be the one who's not paying attention. And that's going to lead me to the next one. Encourage vulnerability. Man, I'm gonna be real with you, man. In my experience, man, that's just B tier. I'll say a woman can definitely try to encourage you to be vulnerable. Here's the thing, you know, in my experience, a lot of times when I was dealing with women, I really try to get vulnerable, you know, vent to them and kind of just say what was on my mind, really just connect with that woman. It was used against me. Now, granted, that could have been because I was dealing with the wrong women, you know, But at the same time, in my experience, and from men I've coached, that has been the case. You got to be careful, man, when you're trying to really open up to women. Of course we have feelings, but man, you got to be careful, man. I don't want to be that guy that's going to say, just don't tell her anything. But if you're in a long-term relationship, man, the dynamic shifts, but you have to ensure you're in your masculine frame. Honestly, just get a homeboy, man. Just go to your homeboy, man. Yeah, we got feelings, we got shit going on with us, man, but you got to make sure you're in your masculine frame. Next up, playing hard to get. Ooh, playing hard to get. Let me tell you something, man. This probably is C tier. I'm gonna be real with you, because, man, a woman playing hard to get, that's just a woman trying to make you chase her. She's just trying to, get you to do things for her, trying to make you overinvest, pretty much. So she can see, like, oh, okay, he's finally won. He's the knight in shining armor who finally won. Like, get the fuck out of here. What the fuck are you talking about, man? I'm not finna be doing all this, breaking my back, doing all of this just because you don't know how to act. Wrong with you? You better get with the program or get left. You can leave through that door, and I see you like you was before, okay? So that's just simple. Poking at your insecurities. When a woman is doing this, she's really just trying to see if you're the confident man you say you are. It's like a shit test, just really seeing, hey, if I poke at this insecurity, if I say something like this, is he gonna react a certain way? They're really just trying to test. But at the same time, a woman who really likes you isn't gonna do this, right? A woman who really likes you isn't gonna do a lot of this shit. You know what I mean? They have their manipulative ways, but if you're setting boundaries, you are the man you say you are, you're a confident man, and you don't play that shit, man. A lot of this shit is gonna fly out the window. You're gonna be able to detect a lot of this shit, check them right then and there. And if a woman isn't in alignment, she just doesn't understand the assignment, and she will be escorted to where she needs to be outside of your empire. So when it comes to, a woman poking at your insecurities, I would say, man, I would personally put this at C tier. Next up, take me out first. Fuck are you talking? Like, what are we talking about, bro? What are we talking? Take me out first. Don't be the high earning man who falls into the trap of taking women out just so you can get something. The only time you lose in life is when you're trying to get something for nothing. And a lot of men are doing that, which is why they're failing in business, and especially with women. Stop sitting here thinking that you can lead with your money, because if you lead with your money, you're only going to be attracting gold diggers, because you are now the honey for gold diggers. They trying to see if they can get their pockets bigger. Shit, off you. I'm trying to get to that blue. Ooh. On me, I'm over here rapping. Crying. When it comes to crying, women do this for two reasons. For one, the first reason is because she's genuinely sad. She's genuinely just feeling some type of way. This has hurt her and her emotions. And number two is to get over and make you feel bad, right? It's like their tactic, right? So you have to be able to differentiate between when you actually did something wrong that hurt her versus her just being dramatic, just exaggerating, trying to get her way. If a woman is just constantly crying to get her way, just putting on this sad, this persona, always miserable, when something goes wrong, she's manipulating you. I'll put this like, this C tier. Man, get the hell out of here. Now, only fixing issues with sex. A lot of men are going through this right now. This is the most important one you need to take note of. If a woman is with you and you're going through some issues, something has to be sorted out. There's some problems. Something just happened. Let's say the motherfucker cheated on you. And she's trying to make it up to you just by putting that mouth on you, by putting that punana on you, and really just getting right, and you go for it. First of all, you're a clown, you're stupid, you're a fool. But also, she's using her sex. She's using the power of her box or her mouth as leverage over you. So this one's one of those ones, man. You got to be careful when it comes to, actually seeing things with a clear eye. Don't let the sex blind you. I know it may be good. You probably had nothing like it. She know how to use her mouth. She know what she's doing in the bedroom. She's talking to you during it. She's probably even, talking you through it. She's probably, I'm telling you, there are some cold women out here, right? So, man, I'm going to put this at S tier, man. You got to make sure, though, you stay on point. Hey, man, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you're a high earning man who wants to fix his dating life, click that link in the description down below. See you later.